am Abdulnur Akyüz from Performative Collective. Our collective work has been founded in October 2019 with my dear Colombian partner Monica. Right now, our collective work is working with Body and Perform in an calling called Take Me Home Where I Belong. So, first, once we got the call, we start talking about home. So, basically, the first question could be, what is home? Is home your country? Or home is the place you are born in? Or maybe home is something you feel that you belong to. There's a lot of answers to this question, like home is always a place for people. Like we always link home to countries, nations, and a lot of places. So we are born at first. Our mother is our first home because we are inside of her. And then we grow up. We go to school, to university, and then they became our home. Maybe the street where we play football could also be our home. Moreover, sometimes we feel that a small pub near our house could be our home. Maybe a house beside the river, or maybe a flat in the skyscraper. So home for everyone is very different. But home is never forever. It's temporary. So since home is something temporary, because home for us is where we feel safe, where we feel relaxed. So we are talking about feelings. So we have a very important question here. Is home a place? Is it a landscape? Is it a space? Or home is a feeling? So if we are saying that home is a feeling, could home be a person, a memory, or even home could be you? Home could be our body. Home could be ourselves, where we feel where we really belong. So my story for today is, I was born from a Turkish father and a Lebanese mother, and I was born in Beirut. So for a lot of people, I come from a dual heritage parents, and I was born in different city that where I actually belong from Mardin. So I didn't even know the difference until one day at school they asked us for our passports. So everyone actually brought the Lebanese passport, meanwhile mine was the Turkish one. So here I felt like a little bit different than the Lebanese students. But for me it wasn't like a very big deal. Like it's okay, I can come from like dual heritage, it could be nice. But with time, I was feeling very different. So I had many questions in my mind. Am I Lebanese or am I Turkish? The Lebanese law doesn't accept me as a Lebanese because they didn't give me the citizenship to be a Lebanese citizen. Meanwhile, going in the Turkish culture was very difficult because I don't really understand the language very well. So I was introduced to the Turkish culture through songs, books, politics, but never through the language. So I lived like for 10 years, 15 years, asking myself if I'm Lebanese or I'm Turkish. But in the end, I'm just a human. So last year, it was the first time that I performed in Lebanon. It was a very good moment for me. Why? Because first I was performing in the city that I was born in, Beirut, and I was performing with Turkish artists that comes from Antakya. So this mix between us was very interesting for me to actually perform in city that I love, but also with people that I feel to belong. So during the performance, I was very anxious. Like, should I script this? Should I say what I should do? And I was thinking a lot what to draw about my identity. So I end up with this shirt that has a lot of landscape of Istanbul, Mardin, Beirut, the cities that I feel to belong. But at the end, as I said, home is a feeling. And I feel that my identity is what I create. So sketches were my first identity, and they were my first home. During performing Sınırlama in Hajj Beirut, I felt that I didn't even feel the place as Beirut. I didn't feel people around me. I felt myself. I felt my body. So why performing art is my home? Because it simply connected my feelings, my body, and my creativity. So for me, performance art is actually my home. Because when I am performing, I don't think about nations, about races, about gender. I think about one thing, that I'm on a mission to have a message for everyone. For me, art isn't just about performing something in public or in indoor or with audience or not. Performing art is about a message. Therefore, thanks to Aisha and Emel Hanım, we decided to do this talk because we believe art isn't just about performing in front of people and getting their appreciation. It's about talking, it's about discussion. So, for today's talk, we were studying about home, about our feeling, and as a conclusion, I could say that my body is my home, performance art is my home, and most importantly, ID Performative Collective is my home right now. Because I feel very safe, I feel relaxed, and I feel I can spread a message to the whole world about what we really believe in. So thank you so much for joining us today, and the performance is now available at Body and Perform. Hopefully this will be just part one of the talk. Maybe we will have another part soon. But remember, home doesn't have to be forced. Home is deep inside you. So today, sit, relax, and think well, where do you belong? Thank you so much for joining me. Bye-bye.